President Biden comes face to face with Putin, inflation continues to rise, and Juneteenth becomes a federal holiday. All this and more tonight on Embers of Liberty.
Welcome to Embers of Liberty.
Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
In the
These acts
councils
shatter
of government,
steel,
we must guard
but they
against
cannot dent
the
the steel.
acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Inherently and historically oppose the secret society.
We, as
secret oath,
Americans, have the capacity now, as we've had in
we
the
decided
past,
long ago
to do whatever
dangers
needs
of
to be done
excessive and unwarranted
to
concealment
preserve this last
certain
and
facts
greatest bastion of
far
freedom.
outweigh the dangers
In this
which are
present
cited to
crisis,
justify it.
government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
Welcome back to Embers of Liberty. I don't have a one-liner this week.
The price of gas is too dang high.
I don't know if that one's going to work or not. So, coincidentally, I'm wearing the same shirt as I was last week.
I am not.
But whatever. It is what it is. Got my hair cut.
It looks good. Where'd you get it done at?
Fade Factory.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Have you ever been to Roosters?
No.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's about $50 for a haircut.
Nope. Not paying that.
But they give you a back massage, too.
Don't care. I'm not paying $50 for a haircut and a back massage.
Just
No way. Jose.
Probably one of the best haircuts I've ever gotten. I mean, it was awesome. It was awesome.
No.
I liked it.
Not doing it.
I liked it.
Not doing it, fam. So, you had a busy week.
Indeed, I did.
Yeah. And it was hot. Your helper quit.
Well, Monday was extremely hot. And yeah, well, he just stopped showing up for work. So that's how it goes in blue collar world.
Well, you know.
But yeah, and so Beth ended up getting out and helping me Monday, and she's not used to working in the heat, and she did great. She did pretty good though. I'm proud of her. She did good. And but the rest of the week it was all right as far as the heat. But she had surgery yesterday. You know, that's why we were trying to catch up. Well, we had the rain last week, and then we had her having surgery at the end of this week, so we really had to
rain again.
Yep, now it's raining again today. Probably going to rain again tomorrow and Monday. Now I think it's supposed to start clearing up around Tuesday, and I think when the rest of the week's looking decent, so we should be able to do some work this week.
Well, that is good.
How was your week?
I literally did nothing pretty much all week. I did start deep cleaning my house today just because it needed it. And that's about it. So I had to let Matt know that we were back because I asked him if he was here and he didn't say anything. So, you know, there's that. We both got our Freedom vessels today.
Freedom Cup.
Freedom Cup.
I like cups. I like collecting cups, whether they be coffee cups. Mostly like collecting coffee cups.
I just like these because they have freedom things
Yes,
on them.
I dig it.
Speaking of freedom things, let's talk some freedom things.
Let's talk freedom things. I'm trying to share our feed around,
Yeah.
but you keep going.
So, you know, our doddering old grandpa of a president was in Europe for the G7 this week. So that's always fun. Had a face-to-face with Putin, which I don't know why you would do that.
Well, from what I saw, he he pretty much just stared at Joe Biden like he was a little boy.
Yes. But, you know, the thing, it's it's one of those things where you went into this going to be tough on Biden or tough on Putin. But were you?
No.
No, not even close. You weren't anywhere remotely near tough on Putin. As a matter of fact, you gave him a list of 16 critical infrastructures not to cyber attack or attack.
And if I was Russia and somebody told me not to touch something, what am I going to do?
You attack this now.
Yeah, I would be like, this is the junk we're going to attack. Let's do it. Let's do it tomorrow, and let's do it good.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Party at my place.
Why? Why would you? You are the leader of the United States. You are supposed to protect our interests, not expose them for a known adversary to attack.
Exactly.
Just because Grandpa Joe said they're off limits doesn't mean they're off limits. Okay? That's not how this works.
It's like, Timmy, you can't play with my toys, Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy.
Dang it, Timmy. You cannot play with these toys. You can only play with these toys over here. But this is completely... I mean, we've overlooked the fact that it's like... He's kind of put it out there, though, like, hey, this stuff over here is okay, though. You can mess with this stuff.
Yeah, just mess with everything but these 16 things.
But it's like... No, like, that's one thing I feel like if Trump was still in there, he'd be like, no, you don't mess with any of it. Leave our junk alone.
Yes. But no. Trump was Putin's puppet.
Supposedly.
Putin's puppet, man. Unbelievable. So, there's that. There's the fact that he confused Trump with Putin when he was speaking to the press.
I didn't see that part.
I didn't catch all of President Trump. I mean, Putin's. Really. Oh. Newsworthy story, though. His dog died.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so tired of hearing about this man's dogs.
His dog died.
I'm so tired of this man's dogs.
That dog
was America's dog.
Was America's dog because that dog was gotten when him and Obama took office. His wife said that he could get a dog.
Oh!
If him and Obama won the presidency and vice presidency, and that dog is dead, and that's national news.
Speaking of his wife, did you see where she was looking through the G20 summit notes? Is it G20?
G7.
G7 summit. I don't know what the difference. What's the difference in G20 and G7?
7 countries versus 20 countries.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Way to go. It's a political podcast, and you just made us look stupid.
Well, I don't know what the G20... All I know is it's a meeting of countries. I didn't know what the numbers meant.
The 7 is 7 countries, and 20 is 20. It's
okay.
more countries.
Yeah. Hold on. She was sitting in, I guess, Air Force One, and she was overlooking the notes for the G7 summit. Like, is she really president? Like, is she president? I thought Joe Biden was president.
No. The Bidens are not in charge. I don't know if you knew this or not.
I think Dr. Jill Biden is actually the president.
Yes, doctor, the most amazing doctor of all times, who's not actually a doctor at all. She's got a PhD in something else that's not.
I think we need to normalize not calling people with PhD doctors unless you're an actual doctor.
Yeah. You know why? Because they're not doctors.
No.
You could be a doctor of lesbian dance theory.
Yeah.
How many patients have you seen? None. You know why? You're not a doctor.
Exactly.
I hate this planet. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I'm ready for the aliens.
We'll see. That's the reason the aliens won't talk to us.
Probably.
The aliens are like this crew of people here. They literally are like, hey, let's find ways to completely not make life good.
No.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you the podcast I was listening to the other day, but there are even people talking about, like, let's talk about what let me hear your feelings about your gender and your race before we have sex. What?
No.
Like y'all are going to make sex not fun too? Like, get out. Just get out.
The left ruins everything they touch.
They do.
They literally ruin it all. Matt makes a good point. What are they trying to hide with the dog dying story? Probably the fact that Joe Biden is senile and incapable of running the country.
Well, I mean, supposedly, who is it? Somebody just came out and ordered a actual coherent, like what is it? A coherency test for Joe Biden? It's like
A cognitive ability test?
Yes, it's because supposedly he's like, we need to prove that he's cognitive and whatever. I'm gonna look him up. See,
yeah, I don't know if you know this, but even elderly patients with dementia have good days.
yeah.
So what? You're gonna wait until he's having a good day and then ask him? What good does that do? Doesn't do any good. Hey, you should text Cody and tell him to share the podcast,
All right.
even though he's dealing with some family stuff.
Let's see. Yeah, Trump White House doctor, 13 other House representatives, or Republicans urge Biden to take cognitive tests.
Yeah, you know why? Because like 7 different times at the G7 summit, he was like wandering around and got grabbed by his aide and pulled back to where he was supposed to be.
It's like he's like,
no, Grandpa, not there.
yeah. He's like the old man.
No, Grandpa, that's the ladies' room. Oh wait, I'm sorry. He's a Democrat. Sex doesn't exist for Democrats. My bad. Was it you that sent me that TikTok earlier of that dude blasting that Texas teacher?
I don't think so. Blasting the Texas teacher.
Yeah, it's like a dude with a beard. He was talking about how you're an English teacher and your job is to teach English, not...
Oh, that's been a while.
No, that was today. Because I watched it as I was on the toilet.
No, the only one I sent you today was the Xbox Lawnmower Simulator and the one about him telling Putin what he can and can't touch. That's the only one.
Sure?
That's the only ones I've sent you
I don't know who sent
today.
it to me then.
That's the only ones I've sent you today.
Matt makes a good point.
Let's see. I'm in
They,
and out of the live. Let me see.
Yeah, if you're watching, make sure you share this on your Facebook timeline if you don't fear political backlash.
Which I think we're a little too small right now, probably to get flagged for anything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
Definitely, dude. I'm amazed that they haven't taken our videos down because of the theme music.
yeah. And that's one thing we want to point out. Like, we're not making any money off of this, so we don't have like any rights to any of this stuff. We're not trying to steal it from people. Like, if they show up and they're like, "Hey, I want you to take that off," we'll take it off.
Yeah,
it's not
real.
like, or but all the rights to all that stuff belongs to whoever. We didn't make any of that. I just put the compilations of it together. Whatever, for legal reasons. We don't want any legal issues. Like, if people show up and they're like, "Hey, take that down," we'll freaking take it down.
Yeah,
Like,
not a problem.
Like, yeah.
We'll go out in the backyard with guns and swords
Yeah.
and make our own video.
Yeah.
So the fact that he is clearly in cognitive decline, coupled with the fact that he gave Putin a list of, here, screw this shit up for us.
Yeah,
please.
no joke.
And the fact that inflation is going through the roof.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
what do
pretty
you
sure.
think the chances of a Democrat getting reelected are?
Well, I will
At
say
this rate,
this
probably not
well,
very
I don't
good.
know, because this is the first election we've had in quite a while where the president didn't go 2 terms.
Correct, but Biden is definitely not going 2 terms.
I don't know, man.
He can't do it health-wise. There's no way.
That's one. I mean, I could see him stepping down though, and maybe like Harris stepping up.
Yeah, but Kamala Harris will never win an election on her own.
I don't know. We'll
Ever.
see. We'll have to see.
Maybe that's why she wants H.R. 1 passed so bad.
I don't know.
Probably. Matt, what do you think? Do you think it's so that they can steal elections for all eternity? To be clear, I don't think that this presidential election was stolen. I do believe it was rigged.
But that's one thing. Like a lot of people may not know that we're talking about. Like we don't mean rigged as in like somebody hacked something. I mean, I'm sure that may happen from time to time.
No, we mean the media completely ran interference for the Joe Biden campaign.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And made it so that, Trump's not going to win because we have deemed it so. Your media overlords.
Yeah,
Very
and
Orwellian.
more and more that stuff's starting to come out too. Like they're like, oh well, we misrepresented this and we misrepresented that.
Welcome to the new
America. Pretty much.
Because if HR 1 passes, that's exactly how it's going to be.
Yep.
These companies should absolutely be held accountable for interfering with the elections. Because that's all they did. They interfered 100% of the time.
Yeah.
On behalf of Democrats.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Matt says absolutely.
I think in the long run, what we need to do as far as presidential elections, I like the idea of what was it, the
ranked choice?
Ranked choice. I like ranked choice voting, but I also think we need to put like never show their face. We don't even say their name. Like, so this is candidate 1, this is candidate 2, this is candidate 3, this is candidate 4. No Republican.
Yeah,
Democrat.
but that's not ever going to work. They don't ever work.
But yeah, because so many people are going to be like, but do they hold? Are they a Democrat? Are they a Democrat?
Exactly.
Are they a Republican? I don't care about the beliefs. I just need to know if they're Republican or Democrat.
You're not going to have a nameless, faceless election.
But what I'm saying
is,
it's
not going to happen.
You know, we need to vanilla the election.
Well, what we need is for the states to continue to run the elections and states to implement the laws that we're talking about.
Yeah,
and that requires us as citizens going to our state legislatures and saying, hey, this is what we, the people of this state, want. We want ranked choice. We want our vote to matter more than, well, I'm just throwing my vote away if I vote for this candidate or that candidate. Make it so that we can vote for who we want to vote for, but
also have like a second choice.
Also have a second choice, because that's the only way to truly make everybody's vote matter. And there are states that do this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a thing already in some places.
Yeah, Matt, I agree with the audit and all of the stuff that went on in Michigan. I believe that there was probably some voter fraud, but I don't.
Yeah, we're not saying that there was nothing at all. What we're saying is that as a whole,
I think it was more of the fact that the media just ran interference.
Yeah.
On behalf of the Biden campaign. Also, if you're here, smash that like button. Just smash it.
And subscribe.
Hulk smash it. Well, Matt's already a subscriber, so that doesn't matter. But if you smash the like button, it puts us higher up in the algorithm.
Oh yeah,
we'll show up for more people.
Yeah, because sometimes like late in the night, man, when I'm feeling lonely and just need some company.
We don't want to hear about your porn habits.
No, not going there. Sometimes late in the night when I'm feeling lonely, I just click on that YouTube and
type in Embers of Liberty.
No. hit that live button just to see who's up doing things. Mostly to see if anybody's burning down buildings, but
and things.
Like I said, mostly to see if anybody is out, burning down buildings for, freedom, so they say, but
it's only freedom if you're black. Supposedly.
Which brings us to
Juneteenth. Which, I'm sorry, but Juneteenth is I understand why they want to celebrate the emancipation of slavery. Juneteenth ain't the day to do it. Okay? Juneteenth was 2.5 years late. Okay? Juneteenth is just the last group of people that got informed of the emancipation. The emancipation happened 2.5 years prior to Juneteenth.
I'm okay with a celebration of the end of slavery. I'm okay with it too,
but celebrate the right day.
I'm okay. Yeah, I can see
that. You got emancipated by the President of the United States, and you're celebrating Juneteenth as a federal holiday because that's the last group of slaves that got word that they had been freed. 2.5 years late.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Just, you know what? Celebrate the white man freeing you. Okay? That's all you have to do is celebrate the day the Emancipation Proclamation went into
and to
effect,
me-
which, by the way, is New Year's Day.
To me, I mean, you could really just make it any day. Really, just make it a day and do it, man.
Well, yeah, there's that, but like,
Because our country didn't actually become free on 4th of July, but that's the day that we celebrate it.
well, the Declaration of Independence was signed
Right,
on
right.
July
But I'm
4th,
saying the
1776.
official day we became free was not July 4th, though.
Well, that's the day we declared we were free.
Well, yeah, but that was not the day.
We just had to fight a war for it.
Yes.
You know,
Exactly.
whatever. I mean, and don't get me wrong, slavery was only ended due to the fighting of a war. Mm-hmm. But
Yep.
Lincoln himself said that if I could avoid this war without freeing a single slave, I would do it.
We good? I think
I
we're
hope
good.
so.
I think we're good. Matt, help us out here. The power just flickered here.
No, we're still good. It went through it.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
It gets real dark real quick, and then it's like, nope, we're back.
I was about to say, Matt, let us. Yep. I said, let us know that you still hear us because your power just flickered here, and we got some. I think we got some storms moving in.
Well, it's just rain, really.
Matt's in Michigan,
Ohio.
Yeah, Matt
Steve
in Alabama
is in Michigan.
Okay, yeah, Matt, we got that hurricane coming in on us, so we got some storms I think moving in. So that power just flickered.
Yeah, I do believe that it's just rain, but
No, I checked the. Being a grass guy, I do constantly check the weather, and they said some storms were supposed to move in this evening. Oh, still
whatever,
good.
dude.
Thanks, Matt.
It'll be fine.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
good.
I'm watching, so I know we're still
Okay,
good.
okay. I just want to make sure that they still hear us.
Yeah. So, I just, I'm all for Juneteenth. I really am. Like, it's the same basic principle as the 4th of July.
Yeah,
The freeing of slaves.
right.
The fulfillment of the promises laid out in the Constitution of the United States, which apparently is very racist. But
Well, it's because they're like, oh, well, their intention was that only white men are free.
well, at the time of the writing of the document,
I mean, that may have been true, but they didn't actually write white men. And now, as a
but
country,
here's the thing. Your black ancestors sold you to white people for slavery. They sold you to make money. So the black people are just as guilty as the white people.
oh yeah, I feel it like that too. I agree.
Like, that's the fact of the matter.
Well-
your black ancestors sold you into slavery.
Let's look all through history, man. I'm pretty sure every spectrum of race has some.
Everyone has been slaves at some
yes,
point.
everybody's been slaves at some point.
If you want to be honest about it, we're slaves right now for a government that doesn't give two shits about us.
I agree.
All
I
we
agree.
are is a cash cow.
And you're a mental slave to the system. The system, man.
So, I mean,
To the system of corporations that they just see you as a number.
why are you doing that voice?
It's my hippie voice, man.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Like, we're
Stuck.
all just like stuck in this machine, bruh.
We're like
And
cogs.
we're like cogs in the machine that provide cash to the government, bruh.
yeah.
Bruh. That's some sick tax dollars, bruh. Anyway.
You watch that guy on TikTok?
Yes.
The Stoke guy?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
So, I'm
I'm pretty sure that dude smokes a lot of weed.
Oh, he smokes a ton of weed.
Because, like, he constantly has black circles under his eyes. And I'm pretty sure, like, bro, there's no way.
Have you listened to the way he talks? He definitely is high all the time.
But, I mean, that could just be a character, you know? Mm-mm. But it's kind of hard. I mean, he plays
No,
it pretty
he is
well.
super high.
Yeah, he plays it pretty well.
Which I'm all for. If you want to get high all the time, go for it.
I'm in agreement. As long as you do not have to take care of children.
Right.
Like, if you have a responsibility to children, do not do that.
Oh, speaking of, I'm part of a group on Facebook that just looks at Facebook dumpster fires, basically.
Oh, gosh.
There was a dumpster fire one time that was like, I can be a good mom and do meth.
No.
No, it's not how this works. It's not how any of this works.
Like, no. No,
Like,
it's not.
I can take care of my kid while I'm high on meth. No,
No.
no, you can't.
No.
You literally can't.
No.
Like, I love my baby so much, and I'm going to prove to all of you that I can be a good mom while I'm on meth. Also, my child's in the care of the state right now.
If it wasn't, it's about to be.
No. They took her child. This is why the rant happened to begin with.
Okay, yeah, so she goes on there and gripes because the state takes her kid and says she can be a good mom while on meth.
And she is going to prove that she can be a good mom while on meth.
No, because they're not going to give you your
They're
kid back
definitely not giving you your kid back.
until you
are a
can
dumbass.
be clean. Yeah, like one of the requirements is you got to be clean for like half a year or some junk. Like it's...
I don't know where this lady was, and I don't care.
Well, yeah, 'cause I'm pretty sure it's the
But-
state of Alabama, but
Like, nah.
yeah, no.
You can't be a good
I mean,
mom
maybe in
and be on
California.
meth. That's like saying I can watch my kid while I'm high on heroin.
I'm pretty sure 9 out of 10 times when you do heroin, you end up passing out, don't you? I, mean, I don't know. I've never done heroin, but
Have you watched anybody do heroin ever? Like, you are gone.
I say in the movies, every time I see somebody do heroin, they end up.
Which, the thing is, the case can be made that, heroin and meth should be illegal, but also the statistical data from these Nordic countries that have decriminalized drug use actually shows a decrease in their use.
Yeah. Instead of putting money towards the prison systems, they put money towards like rehab,
Rehabilitation and help.
Yeah.
Things that if you're going to have those big social programs, that's what you should be spending the money on. But
there's no money in.
oh my
helping
God,
people.
you're so right, Matt. But I do believe that Evansville is more of a heroin place. So
Yeah,
anyway,
we put more money into like those programs instead of the prison systems, man. Like,
well, they could put a
we'd be
lot
out.
more money into a lot of things if they'd stop, providing defense for all of our weak ass allies
Yeah.
who literally ride the coattails of America forever.
And how many of them would turn on us if given the chance?
Oh, I'm sure that if Trump had declared war on somebody, they would have been like, "Nope, we fight with Russia. We do not like you, Trump."
And man, and Shapiro was talking. I think it was Shapiro was talking about how we are at probably the worst point since the Cold War with relations to Russia.
Oh yeah, for sure. We for sure are at the worst point
That's
in
scary.
relations with Russia since the Cold War. But you know what? Here's the other thing about the meeting with Putin. Like, all of the arguments that the left makes, Russia always has this tendency to just like 180 them and be like, "You want to talk about oppression in Russia? You are oppressing people who went to the capital with political grievances and jailing them. We do not want that in Russia.
No, they'll just shoot you in Russia.
You are the problem, America." That is exactly what Putin did. Like, you shot the woman in the neck for protesting at Capitol building. Like, yeah, this is a problem. Like, all of these things that the left complains about are just ammo for Russia.
Oh yeah.
Because
Russia is a very not liberal country.
yeah, well, Russia is a very dictated country.
It is, but
They're also not a world power anymore. That's the thing. Like, the Russian economy is garbage.
Yeah.
Like, complete and total garbage.
yeah.
Like, they have the illusion of power without having any actual power.
Well, the power
If
is
we
in their
were to-
people, not their economy and stuff.
If we were to go to war with Russia, we would have wiped the absolute floor with Russia. No, we would. The technological superiority, the military superiority, and the economic superiority alone are enough to crush Russia in a couple of months.
I'm not.
I firmly believe
I feel
that.
like Russia, in my opinion, I feel like Russia is one of the only militaries that may actually give us a run for our money.
I think the only thing that Russia has in its favor is its nuclear arsenal.
Well, that's kind of one reason I feel like they'd give us a run for our money, because I feel like if we went to war with Russia,
We have just as many nukes as them.
yeah, but see, like the whole,
Also, we have better intercontinental ballistic missiles than them.
yeah, but see, that's not going to stop them from hitting us. See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, what are they going to do? Hit Alaska? with their short-range intercontinental ballistic
No,
missiles?
they see. I did some research on some of their nuclear.
I know they've
stuff.
got, but you've got to understand too that Russia is a propaganda machine, just like it always has been. They're going to state that they can do this or that.
Like this is actually a real nuke that it was created by Russia. The Tsar Bomba.
Oh yeah, but they don't have those.
I don't
That
know,
was
I
like a
mean,
one-time test.
But they have the capability.
They had the capability.
Either way, they are the bear that I personally don't want to poke.
China is the bear that I don't want to poke.
Well, see, I feel like China may not technologically maybe be superior, and they have
No,
a
they're
crap
not.
ton of people.
They're not technologically superior at all. All of their technology is literal intellectual theft from America and other countries.
Yeah,
They don't
I can
innovate
see that.
because there's no incentive to innovate. Like the reason that medical care in America is so expensive as opposed to other places is because 90% of the medical innovations come from America.
The reason why
Because
dang,
we have a for-profit incentive.
I hate to say it, but the reason dang medical stuff in America is so expensive is because of biomedical engineers, the people that make the devices, and they're like, "Hey, this costs me like $5 to make, but I'm gonna charge you about 50 grand."
Well, they're not charging for the labor. They're charging for their experience.
Well, they're charging for their intellectual ideas.
Well, yeah, that too. And they have every right to.
They have a right to. Just because you have a right to do something sometimes though, doesn't mean you should do it.
the way the free market works.
Yeah, I know, and I
The
agree
price
with it.
is what somebody is willing to pay for it.
Well, see, no, that's what I'm saying. Is the problem isn't capitalism; it's greed. That's what I'm saying. The problem is greed.
The problem is people are willing to pay.
But see, what I'm saying is, if I woke up tomorrow and somehow something entered my mind that I could provide unlimited power for people without being connected to the grid, and they could power their entire house with this little tiny cube that I made that you just plug into your wall, right? Okay, so a lot of people say, man, I'd sell that for thousands of dollars each to each person. I wouldn't. I would break the system. I would sell it for $50.
Still a for-profit.
Exactly. But see, that's what I'm saying.
The thing is what if there was a limited supply of them? What if you could only make this many because the element that you needed only has this much?
But that's not the case in biomedical
Yeah,
engineering, though.
but the thing is that the price will be whatever people are willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
Somebody is going to clone your tech,
Yeah.
and they're going to be able to produce more than you can,
And then they're going to raise the price.
and they're going to raise the price, and they're going to shove you underwater. That's what happens.
I mean, I get that.
Competition drives innovation, which is why the for-profit medical system that the United States has works. Competition drives innovation. Period.
Right. I mean, yeah, I agree.
It's one of those things where I can't stand how the left has taken this and just run with it.
What you looking at?
Computer is not plugged in and it needs to be. Uno momento, por favor.
But, I mean, you know, because, yeah, like if I invented something like that, I mean, granted, yeah, I want to make some money off of it. I still want to, you know, be fairly wealthy off of it. But even if I sold it for $50, think of all the households that would buy it. I mean, I'd still probably end up being a billionaire
Maybe.
if I didn't end up dead because somebody killed me because I completely disrupted the electrical system.
That's the risk anybody takes, though, when they innovate. You know, they're risking disrupting a system that's already in place.
And getting dead.
But that system absolutely should be torn down if it's for the betterment of society, right?
And for anybody that's listening, that's not in the the Black Lives Matter, like, hey, let's tear down the systems
No,
of America.
absolutely not. Black Lives Matter is a freaking sham.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter doesn't stand for Black Lives Matter. It stands for buy large mansions
Yeah, it
in
does.
all white neighborhoods.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway, so we've been talking about the COVID stuff, right? Mm-hmm. I finally remember the guy's name. Peter Daszak.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy. So if you've been watching, Peter Daszak is the person that I've been struggling to remember his name for the past like 3 weeks. But basically, Peter Daszak has been receiving federal funding and then funneling it to the Wuhan labs for gain of function research, potentially research on a bioweapon for the Chinese Communist Party. It's bad stuff all around. Regardless. Also, I have a confession to make. I keep forgetting to upload the previous 2 streams to the podcast.
That's why Josh Daniels he was like, hey man, he texted me the other day and he was like, hey man, when's that episode going to be uploaded? And I was like, I'll ask Justin. I never asked you.
Yep. Sorry.
It's his fault, Josh.
Failure.
His fault.
Is Josh watching?
Probably not.
You should message Josh and be like, hey, we're on Facebook Live. Or
I
on YouTube.
I will, actually.
Live.
I will. I'll message him right now.
Join in. Share us. So he likes it? Does he has libertarian viewpoints?
I'm guessing so.
That's awesome.
He does my taxes, and he says he was interested in our podcast, and he started listening, I guess. And he asked when that next episode was going to be uploaded. So I'm guessing he likes it.
Yeah, I would assume so. Matt actually was messaging me the other day, and he was like, I'm really enjoying it, and he was like, I may go back and listen to the rest of them. And I said, go to the podcast apps because all of them, except for what we've been live streaming, are on the podcast apps. So, but yeah, I'm going to go. You know what? I need a reminder. Somebody watching the stream, remind me tomorrow, and I will upload the last 3. Even though it's Father's Day. By the way, happy early Father's Day, Joe.
Happy early Father's Day, Justin.
Thank you.
To a fellow father.
Yes. Joe has a squishy...
I'm Father 2.0.
Joe has a squishy, cute new baby. And his very cute... Hey, Matt! The other Matt.
There he is. Yeah, Matt, we always start at the same time, or we try to, about 8:30 on Saturday night.
Well, the last 2 weeks, 8:30 Saturday night.
But that's going to be probably our regular?
Yeah, that should be our regular.
8:30 on Saturday nights.
Yeah. So, Matt, that's Joe.
And that's Justin.
I'm Justin. And Cody is the guy that's normally here off screen, but
he's dealing with some personal things that he's got to take care of today, so he's not here with us today.
Matt, if you don't mind, how did you hear about us? I'm assuming it's from the Libertarian Party of Alabama page.
That Justin got banned from.
That I got banned from for fighting with the purple-haired feminazi chair.
It'll take him a minute, I'm sure, to get back.
Yeah, I mean, there's a slight delay. But, yes, Matt Skelly, taxation is indeed theft. It's just one of those things. I don't know, but
at least land taxes are. Land taxes are definitely theft. If I have my house and land paid for, I should no longer have to pay taxes on that.
Hey, you know what? Sales tax is theft. You've already taxed my money.
Well, see, no, I'm okay.
No. When the government says, "Okay, you bought something, give me." Oh, you got paid, give me.
No,
you bought a house.
That's what I'm saying.
Give me. You died. Give me.
Get rid of income tax. I'm okay with sales tax. Get rid of income tax because see, sales tax technically is voluntary because you don't have to go buy things.
Correct.
So technically, it's voluntary.
Correct. Which is why the Fair Tax Act should have been passed.
Indeed. And I think it takes tax off of groceries. It's only taxes on
Fun fact:
commodities.
Indiana does not tax groceries.
I think Tennessee may.
Tennessee doesn't have a state income tax.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is very libertarian, and I like it.
Yes.
But
there's other aspects to Tennessee, though, that I've heard are not that great.
Yeah, well, they do have constitutional carry.
Yeah, but I've
So-
heard the price of everything is going up, which technically
Oh, the prices of everything are going up everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Because Joe Biden has basically started hyperinflation because he's an idiot.
Yep, pretty much. Like, I was listening to Shapiro the other day, and he was talking about how basically, because the government has pumped so much money into the economy, the price of everything's going up.
Yep. Lumber is about to start going back down,
Oh man, I hope so.
which is great for us because we're going to build a podcast deck.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure I got like other things I need to build around here too. So
Correct. We're also going to try to get a bigger screen. And
non-cooked food items are not taxed anymore. Freaking A. Does that mean you don't get taxed on sushi? That'd be awesome.
oh, he's talking about in Ohio.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, anything that's not cooked.
What I'm saying is, like-
anything, no, sushi is technically cooked.
Yeah, I guess.
It's prepared.
It's prepared. That's cool
So-
though, because we know in Alabama at least. I don't know if it's like this everywhere else. Like seeds, like vegetable seeds, you don't get taxed on those.
Really?
Yeah, if you go to Walmart or somewhere and you buy a pack of seeds, you don't pay tax on those.
So if a pack of seeds is 50 cents, and
You
I
pay
go to
50
Walmart
cents.
and pick up a pack of seeds for 50 cents,
It's 50 cents.
it's 50 cents.
Yep.
Man, that's what I love to hear.
It is.
The price is the price is the price.
And that's, dude, and you know, really, I wish that they would just do that. Like, the price that you see on the shelf should just include tax.
That's exactly how it should be.
Yeah.
Because when you're computing your total in your head when you're on a budget, you're like, brain doesn't work because taxes. I can't do that math in my head. Like,
So what I do
bro,
usually, like,
and then the fact that the local taxes vary from city to city, like, bro, I don't know what the hell I'm about to spend.
like, I think it's mostly around, at least around us, it's at least 9 cents per dollar.
Yeah, well, Arab was 8 cents for a long time.
I just-
Hustle was
but-
7 cents for a long time.
That's what I'm saying. I like, if you just put 9 cents in, you'll overcompensate and you'll be good.
Yeah, but you know what? I shouldn't have to compute how much tax dollars I'm about to spend
I
at
agree.
Walmart.
I agree.
The price should be the price.
Yep. I
You
agree.
know, negotiate. The price is the price. Kolishnikov is Kolishnikov. Pfft, comrade. Yeah, because, Matt, that's it's fantastic. Like, we don't have to figure out how much we're about to spend. We literally just add it up.
Yeah. It's excellent. Matt, what kind of store did you have? I'm interested.
Yeah, same. Samesies. We'll continue while we wait
Yeah,
on his
yeah, yeah.
response. This is why we need a Discord server.
Yeah. But, you know, like, the thing is, though, the good thing about the service industry, like, that I'm in, you don't, like, Alabama does not require you to charge a sales tax. So, literally, like, if I tell somebody, like, hey, this service is $50.
$25, it's $25.
Yeah, it's $50 or whatever.
So, let's go ahead and talk about inflation.
Okay, yeah. So I need to get some specific numbers on that.
So let's just first off, the U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who I do not trust at all because she is a Democrat appointee, said we are not at risk of hyperinflation, but it's been a bumpy reopening. Okay, for one, yes, we are absolutely at the risk of hyperinflation.
Oh, definitely.
Because your administration continues to pump money into an economy that was already on the recovery. I don't believe you. Okay?
All right, so let's see.
The inflation rate as of June is 4.99%.
Almost 5 freaking percent.
Annual inflation is typically 1.23%. Go down to that chart. What time scale is that chart on?
Oh shoot, man. Let's see here. Let's see.
From 1913 to 2021, Price for all items $20.
Oops. Trying to blow this up a little bit.
Just Control Z.
I don't even know how to do that.
Well, there you go. See? Okay. So if you hover over specific columns, it actually shows you the inflation rate. 2021,
so
2.45.
So it has went up almost, what,
It's
2.5%? Yeah, it's doubled. It's literally doubled.
So, I mean, he had a used video game store in Colorado Springs called Vidya Games. I like this guy.
That's pretty sweet.
I really like this guy because we call them Vidya Games a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt, you're absolutely right. They're trying to pump money into the economy for infrastructure that
People
should fall to the states for one.
Yeah.
And for another, we don't need. So I don't understand how this is not leading to hyperinflation, because that's absolutely where it's headed. Especially with the talks of a fourth stimulus check. Like, a bunch of Democrats are actively trying to get a fourth stimulus check. Why?
Yeah.
We don't need it.
So, and here's another thing too. Have you saw where, like, now they're going to start sending us checks every month, right?
If you have kids.
Yes. And so you can opt out of that. I don't know if any of y'all know that. Like, you can go to I think it's the IRS website, and you can actually opt out of it. Because all it is your child tax credit for when you get, to get your taxes done.
Split up over the course of the year.
Right. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. I want it all when I do my taxes.
Well, so my thing is like, I would rather have it throughout the year, but I don't need you to send me a check. Like, nah. How about you just don't tax me?
That would be good.
That's a much better solution.
Right.
Because I don't know if you know this, but the founders, when they designed the country, the federal government was supposed to be really small. Like, the state governments were supposed to be the big governments.
Right.
Because localities govern better than federal governments do. Like, we, the people, are perfectly capable of deciding what's best for us locally. Which is why Europe is not just one big country, it's a bunch of smaller countries. Because localities govern better than large federal bodies. And the Federalist Papers say as much, too.
So at least the inflation rate wasn't as bad as it was before the Great Depression.
Well, yeah, that's what caused the Great Depression, which is what we're headed.
I mean, we're still at a low inflation rate
comparatively. Yes.
Yeah, comparatively, but
if they continue to pump money into an already recovering economy, it will get bad.
Yeah, I think so.
There's absolutely danger of it. And Matt makes another good point. They want to create
Dependency.
a dependency.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's the same thing as the removal of black fathers from the home.
Oh yeah, yeah, like
via incarceration, via the drug war.
yeah.
That doesn't work, has never worked, will never work, which is why drugs should be legalized from a libertarian standpoint. Because once you legalize drugs, illegal activity goes down, which means you're not putting taxpayer dollars into a prison system that doesn't work.
Right. For anyone watching that may be confused by that, it doesn't go away, but it does drop.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about there, Matt? Because I'm lost.
Yeah, who since there's a delay, it's kind of hard to know what you're talking about, what people are talking about sometimes. So, if you could clarify that for us a little bit, we'd appreciate that.
Skelly, the answer to your Kennedy Center question is $0. They need
because the last whatever package that went out, some of it went to the Kennedy Center. Like, isn't that already a government funded place?
Yeah.
They don't need any freaking money.
Oh, having a small federal government. Yes. Correct.
I mean, but really though, shouldn't we all be like basically our own little countries, in a way?
Yeah, we're all sovereign adults.
No, I'm saying like the state should be kind of their own little place, their own country, in a way.
Well, we technically are.
And
That's
really,
why laws vary from state to state.
but the federal government's there to kind of squash the arguments between them, in a way.
Correct. That's the whole intent of small states with a large federal government, or with a
Yes.
not a large federal government, but a federal government to oversee all of them.
Right.
I honestly, I think that if we just got rid of California and New York, we'd be perfectly fine. Like, just cut those two off. Let them be their own independent places.
And maybe Washington State and Oregon.
Yeah, let's just chop off the whole West Coast, and like probably 75% of the Northeast.
Except
Problem
Maine.
solved.
Maine's ours, though. We get to keep Maine. Because Maine's nice.
I mean, there's like 6 people that live in Maine.
I know. That's why we get to keep Maine. They have lobster. Even though I don't eat lobster. I used to, and it was delicious.
But there's only like 6 people. No, Matt, you're fine. It's more of a delay thing, because it's not in real time. Wish it was. That would be awesome. If we had a Discord server, it would be in real time.
Yeah.
Because we could have the YouTube stream going and the Discord stream at the same time, and it would be in real time for those who had access to the Discord.
Yeah.
We would still ask that you go to YouTube and, mark everything. Yeah. I mean, see, I got great ideas.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you, actually.
West Coast, New York. So
even
long,
though,
CLA Tech.
sad day, they have some of the most beautiful country.
Yeah, they do. They really do. But really, I mean, so like, and we don't even have to like get rid of all of California. Just like
Southern California.
Southern California and like the areas that touch the ocean. Just.
But not Northern.
I need the San Andreas Fault to just like do its thing.
But leave us the top part of California.
Yeah, just leave us everything like north of Los Angeles, and then once you get up to like Washington State and Oregon, just like
we just have like a
carve
little
that part out
just Northern California. That's all we want to keep. Resting.
Yeah, most of Jersey, which I mean is basically New York. So yeah, see, this is why I like Matt. I like both Matts for different
And then
reasons.
Canada can have
Canada
Chicago.
can just go away.
I'm not good on my geography. Like how where's so Illinois. Where is that in relation on the state maps?
It's under Michigan.
Yeah, Canada can have Michigan and Illinois.
Yeah, chop that out. I mean,
They can take the Great Lakes with them. We don't need those.
okay, so yeah, but Matt lives in Ohio, so
But
it's 2 states over from Illinois.
no, we want to keep Ohio. I'm saying we keep just Illinois and Michigan.
It's in the Great Lakes area. Anyway, regardless,
We can cut. We just cut.
let's just cut the liberal shitholes out, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Problem solved. I don't know. I feel like we don't really have as much to talk about this week, but we've both been
very
occupied.
busy this week.
But as always, it's a fun conversation. We enjoy it,
Definitely.
and I don't know.
I don't know.
Is there anything that
I need to see how long have we been streaming?
71 minutes,
Is anyone miss?
but like 20 of that was
Dead air.
yeah,
Okay.
because we had some issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for some reason, our video wasn't working
it's
on one of our
9:43
settings.
and we didn't get started until right around 8:50.
Okay. We're still doing pretty good though.
So yeah, I mean, I'm good to go for however long it takes.
Yeah. If anything. Yes, Matt.
Don't give away Ohio. That's what he's saying. Like, go.
No, I don't want to give away Ohio.
Yeah.
Shoot, no, man.
Nobody wants to give away Ohio, Matt. I mean, I want to get rid of their football teams, but you know what? Yeah, screw Ohio.
Oh!
Across the lake from Michigan. Yeah. It's Ohio.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We could get rid of the. We can get
Maybe
rid
you
of-
just brush up on your geography.
Well,
bruh.
I'm not a big geography guy.
You do landscape and stuff. You should know where things are.
Landscaping and geography are different.
They both deal with land, bruh. So, Matt, is there anything, either Matt, at this point, I don't care
Or if
which
there's
Matt
anybody else,
responds.
like anybody want to, is there any issues you would like to touch this week before we, I guess, head out for the week?
Well, no. We're going to keep going for a little bit.
We got any aliens this week?
I don't know. Why don't you look that up?
I don't think so. I haven't heard much about the aliens. The aliens haven't said much this week. Just gonna pull them down here. Let's see.
Let's see. So,
Oh heck! 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago, infamous Tic Tac UFO spotted by U.S. Navy pilot now seen over England.
put it up. This is where we get off the rails.
By the way, this is from Fox News.
Oh, God. Yeah, because that's a super reliable, non-biased source.
Okay, the Sun. I can't trust the Sun. The Sun's
No,
like,
you can't.
Can't trust the Sun. Okay, and
garbage.
but CNET is pretty reliable. It says that Pentagon UFO report will be here soon.
Oh, the Pentagon UFO report's
Yeah, they
still
said
not
it-
out?
nope.
What the hell?
I told you it wasn't out, man.
How is the news on MOAS?
I forgot what is MOAS.
Mother of all short squeezes.
Who said this?
There,
Who brought
Matt.
this up?
Matt Skelly.
Matt, get out of here.
No. So actually, there have been some developments. There was a rule that was put into place called DTC 005, and it basically prevents companies from creating synthetic shares, which is what's been happening this whole time. Okay, so to prevent confusion, Skelly is now MS, and the other Matt is, because I don't know how to say your
MP.
last name, is MP.
MP.
Basically military police, bruh.
The Chinese.
Yes,
defected to the
actually, I
US.
did hear about
I wanna
that,
look
but
that
I
up.
can't remember what exactly it was. So, Joe, pull that up. See, this is why I like the...
Okay, so.
I wasn't sold on the live
Oh
streaming
heck,
thing
dude! You know what's
first.
weird?
What?
Okay, so this is on Google. Even this is on Google. It's not showing up on like any mainstream deal here. It's all like I typed in Chinese defector.
Yeah.
It's showing up on like Yahoo News India, Times of India. Like it's not showing up on like CNBC or nothing. That's a little weird. New York Times. Says the New York Times says would-be Chinese defector details covert campaigns in Hong Kong and Taiwan.
So I'm actually going to Super Stonk right now.
Okay, so the Chinese defector, New York Times is saying almost the New York Times is almost playing it off as that like that it can't, this whole thing can't be trusted. Of course they are, because China's awesome and there's nothing going on over there. There's no suppression of people's rights or nothing. Let's see, the claims by an asylum seeker in Australia couldn't be independently verified, but Western officials are treating them seriously. A man claiming to be a disillusioned Chinese intelligence operative has told the Australian authorities that China's military intelligence agencies were directly intervening in politics in Hong Kong and Taiwan, buying media coverage, infiltrating universities, funneling donations to favored candidates, and creating thousands of social media accounts to attack Taiwan's governing party.
Interesting. It's almost like
I'm assuming this is the same defector. Oh, Matt. Okay, so let's see. So MP is
Probst. Was that right?
Probst. Yeah, Matt Probst. Okay, he actually he put it on there. Probst. Okay.
Probst.
So
I'm still going to call him MP.
Did he give any information on like the Wuhan lab leak theory? Is that because I saw one article on there where it was showing that something about a defector talking about the Wuhan lab leak.
Let's
Yeah, see, Chinese top official defected to U.S. gave Biden administration info about Wuhan lab, report suggests. Oh man, it's gonna get juicy.
Let's see.
Can you imagine?
Here's what the Chinese defector has reportedly given us about COVID, but also on Joe and Hunter Biden. So,
can you imagine if we woke up tomorrow and the media, or at least Fox, because the rest of the media, would probably they couldn't accept it, but if all of a sudden they said yes, it actually did leak from the lab.
He suggests that, so the defector alleges that he has knowledge about a slew of Chinese bioweapons programs and COVID. He alleges that the current pandemic was caused by a lab leak and that bats were the real cover-up story. The defector alleges that while the lab leak was an accident, it was allowed to spread. Let's see. What else? Dong is or was a long-time official in China's Ministry of State Security, also known as the Guanbu.
So more and more is coming out about this Wuhan lab situation. More and more.
Let's see. Not only does Dong have detailed information about China's special weapons systems and the Chinese military's operation of the Wuhan Institute of Virology and the origins of SARS-CoV-2, which is COVID-19, and the Chinese government's assets and sources within the United States.
I told you, man. Like, okay, so back before COVID was a thing, right?
Dong has extremely embarrassing and damaging information about our intelligence community and government officials and the terabytes of data he's provided to the DIA.
Freaking terabytes, bro. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Let's see. He has provided the DIA with the following information. Early pathogenic studies of the virus we now know as SARS-CoV-2. Models predicted COVID-19 spread and damage to the U.S. and world. Financial records detailing which exact organizations and governments funded the research of SARS-CoV-2 and other biological warfare research. Names of U.S. citizens who provided intel to China.
Yeah, that's what Matt's saying.
Names of Chinese spies working in the U.S. or attending U.S. universities.
Yeah,
Financial
he's
records
saying,
showing U.S. businessmen and public officials who've received money from the Chinese government. Details of meetings U.S. government officials had, perhaps unwittingly, with Chinese spies and members of Russia's SVR. How the Chinese government gained access to CIA communications system, leading to the death of dozens of Chinese people who were working with the CIA.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just going to put it out there. Dong didn't kill himself.
Dude, like, if this all actually comes out and it's actually a thing, if we don't go to war with China, like, how can we not go to war with China after that?
For one, we don't want to go to war with China.
No. But after that, how do we not go to war with China? You know what I mean?
I don't think it's necessarily a thing about going to war with China. I think it's you sanction the ever-living shit out of China. You
Okay, and then
make
China
it
gets mad and
impossible.
they throw the first fist. You see what I'm saying? Like somebody's gonna throw a fist eventually.
Yeah, well, then China can have an American-sized mud hole stomped in their ass.
I mean, we can get their buddies Japan over there. We can get Japan to tell them how like, hey guys, y'all don't want to do this.
You do not want to mess. No. You do not want to mess with the United States. No. No. You do not do that. They unleash the fury of 10,000 suns upon your mainland. You no mess with America. It like Godzilla.
Oh, like it would be a bad day. It would not be a good day for anybody.
I mean, the chances of us unleashing a nuclear weapon upon China would
be
be
very unlikely.
a really deep last resort.
But to me, though, like,
But if we were to nuke China, Russia nukes us, China nukes us, it's a bad day. That's the nuclear holocaust.
yeah, because I'm going to tell you right now, if we went to war with China, we're going to war with Russia too.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, as a libertarian, I don't believe that we should be provoking wars.
No, but
Period.
knowing
But
how things work,
knowing that China had simulations of how COVID would affect the United States suggests that they indeed were developing this as a bioweapon to use against the rest of the world.
yeah.
And I'm sorry, but you unleashed that. You let it spread.
Like, and how does the whole world not come and kick your butt? Like,
yeah, screw World War III. This is just a stomp China in the ground.
everybody craps on China. Like,
Your whole country is
like you
glass.
said, we drop leaflets like, guys, you got like 2 days to get out of China. You better run. Just freaking run.
No, we don't want them to get out.
No, like the people.
What we need is a bunch of SEAL teams to just go in there and
pew pew.
take care of the government problem.
Yeah. They need a freedom pill.
They need some freedom seeds distributed in that country. And the thing is they had a freedom seed in their country in Hong Kong. And what did China do? They took it over.
Dude, Skelly. Yes, I saw that where supposedly one of the Clinton associates this week ended up dead.
He was in Alabama.
I'm telling you, man,
He was in Birmingham, Alabama.
the Clintons, the reach of the Clintons does not. There's no where they see you everywhere,
Time to pay the bill.
dude. I'm telling you, man. Things are coming to a head. Eventually, things were going to be like there's cameras everywhere. Like, eventually, these people hiding in the shadows are not going to be able to hide in the shadows no
There's
more.
probably a SWAT team waiting on me when I go to my car.
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah. Probably looking at me going, look at that fat fucking asshole.
Like, he ain't got nothing. He got nothing.
I don't know, man. It's really weird.
You know
Skelly.
what's going to happen? I'm going to be honest with you. Excuse me. What I truly think is going to happen. I don't care if Joe Biden himself tomorrow come out and said that, yes, guys, we did find out that China.
Matt, I agree completely. We should absolutely financially bankrupt their economy.
Joe Biden himself probably tomorrow could come out and say that it was China's fault. It leaked out of a lab. And there would still be people that would refuse to believe it.
You know why? Because people refuse to do their own research. That's what differentiates us between the right and the left. We actually look into these issues. We want to know what's happening.
Yep.
We are unwilling to submit to the bullshit from either side. There are good views from the left and there are bad views from the left. There are good views from the right and there are bad views from the right. It goes both ways. We are the true middle ground.
Yeah, Probst. Yeah, I'm with you too. Yeah, the economy, not the military.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it wouldn't take much.
Well, see, the thing is, okay, so a lot of things that we have here in America are made in China. If we put...
Correct. They issued a warning to us that if we wanted masks, we couldn't talk about the lab leak theory. Like, that's where the whole lab leak theory thing got quashed, just because all of our masks were made in China. You want your masks? Don't talk about the lab leak. Like, that's what happened. We should not be reliant upon any other country
No.
for the things that we need to be safe in America.
Yep.
We should be a self-sustaining world power.
I agree.
A giant Switzerland, armed,
Now, granted,
neutral.
we believe in the free market and the free interchange of money and all that stuff between countries.
Yes, but
we should not be. It should not be
you
to the
can't
point of where
be
we actually
beholden
rely
to another
Yeah,
country.
we should not have to be
to
able to
give your
rely on them.
citizens what they need.
Yeah,
Period. That's not
exactly.
how this works.
I agree wholeheartedly.
You know, but it I don't know. So you didn't have anything else on aliens?
Yeah, well, just that Tic Tac showed up.
I want to see this. I want to see the Tic Tac in England.
It's not showing the video. It's showing that blurry military footage, just like all the other ones. Let's see. Yeah, pictures of the notorious UFO were snapped by Lucy Lane Castle from Hinkley in southern Lancastershire.
The UFO resembling a white Tic Tac spotted in 2004 by former U.S. Navy pilot Commander David Fravor while on duty in the USS Nimitz is back, but this time it's floating over England. It was hovering for a while, and within a blink of an eye, it had gone, Castle said. Never seen anything like this before in that shape. Quickly took a picture while it was very still, and within the blink of an eye, it disappeared. It's almost like it knew it got photographed.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's super weird. And I'm not, again, I'm not saying it's aliens, but aliens.
I'm telling you, man.
But I
It's
stand
a-
beside my thought that it's not
They're not
biological aliens
Right.
in those craft.
They're like drones.
I think that it's more of a drone.
like an unmanned alien aircraft.
Because honestly, which would you rather it be? Would you rather it be China or Russia have technology that we can't even comprehend yet, or aliens?
aliens. Well, I don't know. Like it's like
The outcome of either situation is basically
dead.
the same.
Is dead. Either
We're screwed.
Yeah. Well, it
But
depends.
if it's aliens, it's like the entire world is screwed. If it's China or Russia, it's like, okay, well, how many of these do they actually have?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
And what is the actual threat
and
level
see,
they produce?
And with aliens though, see the goal could be just ultimately just researching us basically in a way, or keeping an eye on us instead of trying to figure out a way to destroy us like China or Russia.
Matt Scale is right. We were headed that way under Trump as far as bankrupting the Chinese economy.
Oh yeah, but also it did affect the prices here at home too because we put the
Tariffs.
tariffs on them.
But you know what? Tariffs are a tool to hurt another economy.
Yeah, but all they do is raise prices, and it really just affects us. If you
Well,
really think about it.
we raise the prices domestically to cover the extra cost.
Yeah,
It's not necessarily raised everywhere. But
tariffs have a two-way. They're
It's a
double-edged
two-way
sword. Yeah. What we really need to do is, if we're going to put any government money into anything, what we should do is when we employ tariffs, we should maybe, I don't know, open up factories to make those products ourselves, or give incentives to open up factories to employ those products ourselves.
correct.
Like instead of getting screwed when you open up a business, you should get all kinds of kind of the opposite of what the liberals want. You should get ridiculous incentives to open businesses.
I posted a link in the comments from Superstock. Mm-hmm. It is Dr. Trembeth, who is a financial wizard, talking about naked short selling and various other things related to GameStop, because that's where we're going now.
It's not the link isn't showing up on my comment section.
Wow. So this is actually really. It's really relevant to what we've been talking about. It's a quote from Thomas Jefferson. If the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their money, first by inflation, then by deflation, the banks and the corporations that will grow up and around them, around the banks, will deprive the people of their property until their children will wake up homeless on the continent their fathers conquered.
Interesting.
That was on Super Stonk, by the way. So I'm trying to find it.
Propes, I'm actually, yeah. I mean, you're all right. That may be the situation. Well, like I said, if the American people were, more do and less talk, about what they believe in as far as making stuff in America, we need to get off our butts and actually start making more things in America. Like, we can talk all day long, but until we actually start opening these factories and making this stuff that China makes a lot of, it's just all talk for now.
I'm missing things.
Yeah, Matt, or Propes, I'm also, but I'm thinking like even more like than just tax breaks. Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking like something else, something bigger than just tax breaks.
I mean, taxation is theft anyway.
Maybe even like.
My company got a lot of tax incentives for meeting certain thresholds,
right?
Like employment.
Yeah. But no, like a guy on YouTube talked about, okay, how they love to give out these, what have we been getting these checks? Stimulus checks. So instead of stimulus checks, start giving away like forgivable business loans, forgivable, just business check, like these like instead of checks to people, give some money to businesses that are new and they're starting up and they're employing people.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, which is why they're not going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the federal government literally ruins everything they touch.
Yep.
And these are the people that they want in charge of our health care?
I mean,
nah.
Just go to the DMV and then tell me you want to deal with that whenever you're feeling like you're about to die.
Nah. My boss is from Buffalo. Okay. You want to talk about having firsthand knowledge of the downfall of having socialized health care? He literally knew people that came over the border from Canada to receive cancer treatment because they could not get it in Canada. You couldn't get it. So Canada, their healthcare system literally chooses who lives and who dies. Unless you can go across the border and get care in America, because we have a free market healthcare system.
Probes, I'm in total agreement with that. Like, since I started this whole landscaping thing, so first I'd start off by getting my LLC, which, by the way, no information anywhere except for like third-party websites on how to actually, go about getting an LLC.
Matt, you are 1,000% correct. The real problem is overregulation.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I believe there should be some regulation just for like people's safety and stuff like that. I'm okay with that. But
dude, let Darwinism take over.
No,
survival of the fittest.
No, there are some things that do need to be regulated just to keep people safe, because some businesses aren't going to give us.
You're right. I'm
like, obviously you can't.
In all seriousness,
you can't dump your junk in rivers. Like, that's not a good thing. We can't be allowing that. The
thing is that it's all just going downhill, and it's going to continue that way until somebody has the balls to step up and stop it.
Yeah.
And that's going to require things like
a
convention of the states, which means we as Americans have to go to our legislators in our state and say, listen, we don't like this. We want term limits. They're not giving us term limits. You guys are going to have to call a convention of the states to amend the Constitution of the United States of America, to enact term limits on our senators.
I don't think
And
it's going to be
representatives.
that. I don't think it's going to go that route though. I think the route it's going to end up taking is eventually somebody is going to get to the point where somebody's going to have enough, and they're going to be that lone gunman, and then the lone gunman is going to turn into, man, this guy was right. They're going to turn into another gunman. They're going to look like crazies on the news, but eventually it's going to catch on, and eventually here we
Well,
go.
they're going to look like crazies on the news because the news outlets have a literal stake in keeping that narrative.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what I'm saying? Like that, I feel like that's what it's going to turn into. It's going to be eventually people are just going to have enough, and they're going to do things about it. And I hate to say that may be the route people take, but honestly, that's probably going to be it, man.
So
There's going to be the camel's back's going to be broken at some point, I think.
So let's get into MOAS.
Oh my goodness.
So the DTCC, which is a nonprofit organization, it is not a government entity, but it does make rules for the stock market exchange. They have put out a rule called DTC-2021-005.
Hold on 1 second. Yes, Scaly, that guy. Eventually, there's going to be more of that guy. The tread on them guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
The bulldozer
I know exactly
guy.
who he's talking about.
Yeah.
The guy that armor plated a bulldozer and screwed the people that screwed him.
Yeah, there's going to be more of those people.
So in the trading of stocks, in order to short sell, you have to have a options contract, right? So these options contract have a pledgeor and a pledgee. The pledgeor is the party that is loaning the shares. The pledgee is the party that is going to sell those shares and buy them back at a lower price to give back to the pledger, right? Am I making sense here, Joe?
No.
Did you listen to anything that I just said?
No, I was letting you tell the people because I was
Okay. So pledgeor, person who is loaning the shares. Pledgee, person who is selling the shares
okay.
at X price to buy them back at a lower price and give back to the pledger,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
What's been happening is that through some options loopholes, these hedge funds have been short selling, and then through a loophole with long options contracts, covering their short positions with synthetic shares created through an options contract where they're both the pledgeor and the pledgee. Right? You can't do that. You can't sell shares that you don't have to yourself to give back to yourself later. That's not how this works. You're literally manipulating the price of the stock. Not only that, the head of the New York Stock Exchange has come out and said blatantly that the price reflected on the market is not the true price of GameStop. Like, it is being heavily manipulated. Dark pools are extremely manipulating the price. This stock, since DTC 005 went into effect, half the volume gone instantly, because now they can't cover their short positions with synthetic long shares, which eliminates the ability to manipulate the price even further. So right now, to put it in 2008 Volkswagen short squeeze, we're on the decline before the squeeze. If you look at the historical data,
The squeeze ain't coming.
No. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to pull up the GME chart.
Okay, what chart?
Hold on. The stock chart.
And it's failed 9 points, bro.
Put it on the screen.
Hold on.
Just maximize it.
Well, I can't maximize it because it puts it a little off the screen. The resolution's off.
Okay. Zoom in on the chart itself. I'm going to go over there. Joe, you're going to narrate. Okay. Go to the year.
I don't know if people still can see that or not.
Okay, so this is prior to January.
Right.
Right? This is January.
Okay.
Right here.
All right.
This is the initial spike. This
Okay.
is where they halted the trade of GameStop. Completely out of nowhere. Right? Robinhood says it's because they couldn't afford the clearing, but they also raised $2 billion in like a day. They could have easily continued allowing GameStop to trade, so they stopped it. Okay, so now they short letter attack it all the way down to here, right?
Okay.
So over the next month or two, it goes back up to here. And they short letter attack it again. Then trades sideways for a while, goes back up, short letter attack. You notice from here to here, it goes up, and then they short letter attack it here. This part doesn't go down below the previous, okay? It only
Yeah, every
goes down
time
to about-
it does not go down below the
So-
previous.
So here is trading at about $6 a share. Here is trading at about $40 a share,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes back up to 345,
Okay.
348, somewhere in there. They short letter attack it, they get it back down to 150. So again, they couldn't drop it down below the price that it already was. So it trades sideways for a while, then it goes back up to 350. Short letter attack it again. Now it's stuck at 220, 220-ish, right? So 6, 40, 150, 223. Each time it spikes, they are unable to drop it further than the previous time.
It's definitely
So-
interesting.
Basically, what this is the 80-20 rule in practice. Okay, in order to drop a stock by 80%, you need to short 20% of the stock.
Okay.
In order to drop it the remaining 20%, you need to short the remaining 80% of the stock. It's not possible. You literally can't do it. So each time they go through these waves, they are able to drop it less and less and less and less until eventually they're unable to drop it at all, and the price is what we say it is. You cannot trust GameStop all you want. I'm telling you
Oh no, it's not GameStop I don't trust.
that with the rules that are being put into place, especially this DTC 005, now they can't cover their short positions with synthetic long positions that they themselves wrote the contracts for, nor can they hide their short positions anymore. There's no more hiding. It's game over. Like, we are in the literal end game. And there's another rule that's coming out, DTC 002.
You know who else says that a lot?
Who?
Alex Jones.
Okay, listen. Alex Jones can suck my ass. Don't ever relate what I've said to Alex Jones ever again.
He's always like, "We're in the end game.
Turning the frogs game, man.
It's coming. They're about to take all our guns."
Matt, so, Probst, that's exactly what they're doing. That's the dark pools. So they're moving a large amounts of the stock back and forth between each other in dark pools in order to avoid the price being shown accurately on the stock exchanges. If you haven't gone and read,
the hedge funds are, or
the hedge funds are.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not retail investors. Okay, literally, we're not losing any money. Like, it literally cost me nothing to hold my 17 shares. Nothing. Not losing any money.
Okay.
I have unrealized losses, sure, but I'm not actually losing any money. There's so much FUD out there. They've pumped AMC so much. AMC is literally a hedge fund pump and dump to get more capital. Like, anybody that you see that's talking about investing in AMC, you need to tell them to get out. Because the CEO of AMC is literally selling his shares to the hedge funds to short. Like, he is not on your side. He's just trying to get some extra money. Because CEOs on a lot of these companies are not paid with money. They're paid in shares of the company because they're already wealthy. Like, AMC is a literal pump and dump.
That's how they're able to skirt the taxes, because as long as they don't,
they're not technically making any money.
Yeah,
that's how Jeff Bezos didn't pay any income tax.
Yeah, as long as you don't actually withdraw
he had no actual earned income.
Yeah, as long as you don't withdraw the earned income out of those accounts, you don't get taxed.
But you know what? More power to you.
I mean,
if you've got enough money to survive on without having to earn any extra money throughout the year, awesome. Good for you. You did something right.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean the federal government is entitled to money from your wealth. Period.
Right.
And like, Jeff Bezos doesn't actually have $1 billion. What
his
he
assets are worth $1 billion.
That total to billions of dollars.
Right.
Exactly. Right. So like, that's what the left fails to realize. Like, you're trying to tax this man on money that he doesn't actually physically have. Like, he can't just go to
because
the
you're a
ATM
billionaire,
and withdraw $1 billion.
You're a billionaire because of how much your assets are worth, not because
Correct.
that's how much money's in your bank account.
Correct. So anyway, so DTC 002, I do believe, is the new rule that's about to be enacted, enables 1 hour margin calls. So in the event that the price begins to spike, if you do not have the margin to cover said spike, you got an hour to either liquidate or buy the stocks at whatever the price is, which further drives the price up. It's coming, dude. The problem is that all these people that think AMC is the play, they're just playing into the scheme. The American Stock Exchange is literally the biggest Ponzi scheme ever. It's a way to get poor people to put their money in the system and then the rich people take it. It's a literal Ponzi scheme. Because they manipulate the market so much that they choose who wins and who loses. GameStop was in no danger of going bankrupt. But the hedge funds damn sure wanted to make sure that they did go bankrupt because they stood to make a lot of money if the company went bankrupt or delisted.
See, I don't feel that way about the stock market because...
But that's the way it is. Like, it's literally being shown. It's being proven before our very eyes.
I mean, I've invested myself and I've made money. I didn't lose money.
Okay. You made a little bit of money, yeah.
But
how much did the hedge funds make from trying to bankrupt companies, though? They literally are picking the winners and losers. Because they have millions of dollars to throw at something. Billions in a lot of cases. The hedge funds, they literally ran a piece that said Melvin Capital covered their short positions in January. And then, like, a day later, said Melvin Capital loses another $3 billion in latest rally for meme stocks. Which is it? Did they cover their short positions or did they not? Because it sounds to me like they didn't. If they're continuing to lose money, that means they didn't cover their positions. Mark Cuban said their goal is to never cover their short positions. They want the stock to go off the list because that means it's free money. Because if the stock gets delisted, guess who doesn't have to buy the shares back and give it to the person they borrowed it from? Oh, that's right, them. They have a vested interest in drawing this out as long as possible in the hopes that we paper hand. I ain't gonna paper hand. Diamond hands, baby. Diamond hands.
Oh, man.
I am a diamond-handed ape. This is not financial advice. I am not an investment advisor. You don't have to do anything that I'm saying right now. Do your own research. Buy the stock. If you like the stock, buy it. Because now the media is pushing this agenda that we are manipulating the market by telling other people to buy the stock. We're not telling you to buy the stock. If you want to buy the stock, buy the stock. That's cool. We don't know what it's going to do. But there's research out there that shows this is what's going to happen. And if you like that research and you like the stock and you believe in the stock, you go buy the stock. DFV himself said, as for me, I like the stock. I like the stock, man.
I don't. I think
Well,
if you
can
want
not
to
like the
hedge
stock all
against
you want.
inflation, you need to go invest in gold and silver.
I think that's a terrible idea.
No, see what you do. Okay, inflation's going up, right? You invest in gold and silver now while the price is low.
The thing is that our fiat currency right now is not backed by gold. It's not backed by anything.
No, it has nothing to do with all that. It has nothing to do with all that. It's literally you watch like back in 2008, right? See the average price for an ounce of silver, at least last I checked, it's been a while since I've checked. You know, you're looking $15 to $20 an ounce. No joke. In 2008, an ounce of silver went up to $50 an ounce. So if you would have had $15 in an ounce of silver, say you had 100 ounces of silver. That's what, $1,500 bucks, something like that.
I don't know.
Something like that. Okay, and it increased by 35 bucks. That's a lot of money.
Okay.
Then you go sell it. Just saying, it's a good stock option right now.
But when you sell it, now all you have is a worthless American dollar.
That's why I'm saying this has nothing to do with the fiat currency. No, this is literally.
But it does, because at the end of the day, that's what you've got. That's the currency that's accepted.
yes. But I'm talking about. And no, actually, there are people that do accept gold.
Props, yes, for a while they were on the verge of bankruptcy. Then Ryan Cohen bought 9 million shares. Then Ryan Cohen got appointed to the board. Ryan Cohen started doing what he does and revamping the entire thing. GameStop has done things like pay off all of their long-term debt. GameStop has moved heavily towards e-commerce. GameStop has created a NFT platform based on the Ethereum cryptocurrency in order to allow people to potentially sell their used games that are digital-only copies. It's allowed for the creation of digital-only collector's items that you can only get through this NFT. GameStop is headed in a good direction to be a good long-term investment. They're heading in the direction of being a Amazon for gaming. GameStop started selling GPUs, and within an hour they were sold out. Like, GameStop is rebranding a lot of their stores to be GameStop.com, not just GameStop. They're headed in a very good direction. All of their financial reports prior to this last downtrend were good. They had good financial reports, yet the stock price went down. Like, none of what's happening with GameStop stock makes any sense fundamentally. And that's the difference in GameStop and AMC. GameStop has the fundamentals to back up a short squeeze. AMC doesn't. From everything that I'm seeing. And Skelly, you're right. The physical game market is dead. That's why the NFT matters. A non-fungible token allows for a lot of things to happen that otherwise would have eventually led to GameStop going bankrupt. But the fact that GameStop has paid off all their long-term debt, created the NFT, bought a fulfillment center in New York, they've done all of these good things. They're headed in the right direction, which makes them a good bet in the stock market.
Still not doing it.
And you're free to choose that. That's fine. But as for me,
You like the stock.
So, that's all I have to say about it. Oh, by the way, I could not share the stream tonight because I am on a Facebook ban at the moment.
So he got banned from the Libertarian page, like, shoot, that was like months ago.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with anything that actually happened.
No
that was
joke, just
wrong.
made a simple joke, and somehow Facebook automatically bans it.
I got auto-zucked, bro.
Automatically. And it wasn't even like what did you say?
Auto-zucked. So what was being said was something about pronouns and things of that nature. And
Oh, so y'all were talking about pronouns during Pride Month.
No. That's not what was. Okay, listen. It was about calling people what they wanted to be called.
Okay.
Okay, and that's fine. I support that. We can call people what they want to be called all we want. And somebody went in and said the only time that I'm not going to call somebody what they want to be called is if they bitch at me for saying Alex and say my name is Alexander. I'm sorry, I'm not giving you the extra 2 syllables, okay? I'm not doing it. You're Alex now. So I said, you pig, how dare you shorten their name with laughy faces at the end. Clearly joking. Ban. 7 days. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
For one, I was clearly joking with this guy. For another, it happened instantly, which means I got auto-zucked. Like, this wasn't somebody complaining about what I said. And, last but not least, I can say whatever the fuck I want. I'm in America.
Well,
screw you, Facebook.
See, here's the thing, though. Like, I don't know if Facebook has reached a level where I don't know if they're a private entity, so in a way they can control what's done on their platform. But at what point does it become infringement on freedom of speech?
How about the point where they actively cover for Hunter Biden and his laptop and don't issue any major retractions when it comes to a story that they let go viral about Trump clearing that square for a photo op, when the reality of the matter is that that square was about to be cleared anyway because they were about to put some non-climbable fencing up.
I agree.
But no, it was all because it was a photo op.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. They're definitely handmaidens for the left, for sure, but I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of a gray area.
It's part of the algorithm.
Yeah. To me, it's just, I feel like it's just a gray area. Because at what point,
it's not a gray area. Stop censoring people.
Yes, but at the same time,
how hard is it to just let people say what they want to say? The only time that your censorship should matter is if you are inciting violence. Any other time, I got the right to say whatever the hell I want, whenever the hell I want. As long as I'm not actively trying to get people to commit violent acts.
But see, think about this.
I should be able to say whatever I want.
If you start a business, you got a store. Okay, say somebody comes in there and says, I want to do this in your store. Well, technically, that's kind of like saying, I want to do this on Facebook. Facebook's like, no, I don't want you to. Like, well, that's an infringement on my freedom. What if you walked into somebody's store and said, I want to yell, I want to, like, wave pride flags around in your store, or do whatever that you may not like in your store, but
we're talking about a store versus a social media platform.
Yes, but see,
it's not the same thing.
The social media platform is still Mark Zuckerberg's property.
Okay, Listen, it's a platform.
Yeah, but
You're not
but he
liable
owns
for
it.
anything said on your platform according to the law.
Right.
So what's the big deal?
Because it's the way he wants to run it, though.
Screw Mark Zuckerberg.
But see, what if somebody said that about the way you like? Well, no, you can't run your store like this. You don't want to. We're not allowing you to run your store like this because we don't like it.
Well, screw them too. I'll run my store however I want. It's a store.
That's what I'm saying. That's the double-edged
It's a
sword there.
store that not everybody has access to. Okay? We're talking about a social media platform that literally anybody can sign up for an account for.
Well, I mean, technically, if you have a store, anybody's allowed, like anybody can come from anywhere to go to it.
Well, listen. To me, it's more about the fact that they have actively censored only conservative views and that they actively censor anything that they deem bullying when it's clearly a joke.
I don't know, man.
I think it's bullshit. I think that you should just let people say what they want to say. That's where Parler got it right. The thing is that Parler, they claim that they allowed incitement to violence. They didn't. Their system to prevent that was just so bogged down because of the way they had it set up that things got through. And that things are going to get through. It's just how it works. But at the end of the day, I should be able to say whatever I want to say wherever I want to say it, as long as I'm not actively trying to get people to commit violence.
Okay, so if you walk up into...
Because all speech is protected in the United States Constitution as long as it's not incitement to violence. That is the one exception to the rule.
But see, like as a libertarian, we believe in freedom as long as it does not impede on other people's freedom, right?
Yeah, well, his freedom is impeding on my freedom.
But maybe what you're saying... I mean, yeah, it could hurt his platform in a way.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but that's his property.
Okay.
You see where I'm getting at with this? Like,
for one,
it's a gray line. It's
for
a gray
one,
area.
Once he made it public, it's not just his property.
I mean, he does have to answer to shareholders and all that too, but...
Screw his shareholders. I don't care.
But what I'm saying, man...
You are a platform designed to encourage free exchange of ideas, and you are actively censoring people.
I'm not saying what he's doing is a good thing. I'm not supporting that. I'm just saying that, like, I feel like he has a right to do it, even though it's not a good thing.
Oh. Facebook isn't a publisher, which is correct. That's what makes it different. Publishers have the right to not publish things that they don't agree with. Platforms do not.
Well, like I said, I'm not saying I agree with what he's doing. I'm just saying I feel like he has a right to do it.
Regardless, the fact that I got banned from posting or commenting or liking or anything for 7 days for a joke that would not have been taken...
Oh, complete garbage. Complete garbage. I entirely agree with you on it. It's complete garbage.
All other things aside, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all I have to say about it.
Totally agree with you on that one.
Yes, Probst, absolutely. You should be free of liability, but not allowed to censor. You should not be able to censor the sitting president of the United States, period.
Now yeah, I didn't like that.
So that's exactly what they did to me, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And the thing is that they censored him based on the incitement to violence. He didn't incite violence. He literally said peacefully and patriotically march on the Capitol.
Yeah.
Peacefully and patriotically march on the Capitol. What part of that says, storm the doors, break it all down, tear it down, burn it to the ground, shoot it up, do all of these things in the name of Donald Trump? None of it. None of peacefully and patriotically said, burn it all down in the name of Donald Trump.
I agree.
And if you like that Trump impression, I can do it more.
No, but I do feel like he said some things or worded things in a way maybe he should have tactfully worded a little better, but yeah, for the most part, I mean, no, he didn't tell nobody to go down there and burn things down or nothing.
He didn't tell them at all.
No,
that's just like
no. There was a
okay, but here's the other part. Mainstream media, when Donald Trump made "there were good people on both sides" comment, literally a minute prior in that speech, he was talking about he literally said, "I'm not talking about neo-Nazis and white supremacists. They should be condemned. But there were good people on both sides." Did you ever see the "I'm not talking about neo-Nazis and white supremacists" on the news?
No.
No.
All they put did
no,
was,
you know why? Because it didn't fit their narrative.
Yeah, they just talked about there's good people on both sides.
He's dog whistling to neo-Nazis and white supremacists. No, he's not. He literally said, "I'm not talking about these people." How fucking hard is this?
Dude, I don't know. Like, media, I don't know, man. I give up on the media. I do. Even Fox has its issues.
They're all garbage.
Yep.
The whole
That's
system
why
needs to be torn down and redone.
You should listen to Embers of Liberty.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to shoot you straight every time.
Try to, anyway.
I mean, yeah. And let's not be coy about it. We are biased in our opinions. But
right.
We try to have an open mind to give you all the relevant information as we know it.
See, Probst, that's what I'm saying, man. Probst gets what I'm saying. Like, it's not good business to do that. But if it's your business, you have a right to run that business the way you want.
Okay, but the thing is his business is not a private business. He is literally a platform.
I mean, it is traded publicly now, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I can go buy Facebook stock right now.
I mean,
am I going to?
But,
no, because they're Communist Chinese Party liberal shitbags. But
still, they're not subject to the people. They're subject to the shareholders.
They are subject to the federal laws that dictate that they can't be held liable for any content shared on their page because they are not a publisher.
I mean, obviously, because they still have like people like Al Jazeera, ISIS. You know, they have actual legit terrorist groups.
I'm sorry, Matt. If you only like the Daily Wire and Louder with Crowder, why are you here? I'm just kidding, buddy. I know you included us in that, but you know, I just had to bust his balls a little bit. Bongino is pretty good, but so my thing with Bongino is that I think that his intentions are good, but he's not always the most informed. I think that he kind of flies by the seat of his pants a lot. And that's fine, you know, because we do too.
Yeah, sometimes.
To be frank.
Sometimes.
But I think a lot more of his is geared towards maybe not the most educated people. But you know, and he always frames his stuff and says, do your own research. And, you know, most of the time the research that we all do leads to the same conclusions. I don't think you can call Daily Wire a mainstream media source.
No, Daily Wire is getting there. They're pretty popular.
They're getting there, but they're not quite there. And they're obviously very conservative.
They have like millions of hits, man. I think they're there. I mean, they've got their own like basically like TV, like what do you call it, network now basically.
Do they though?
Yeah, because they have the Candace Owens show.
Yeah, but it's not like it's all on their own platform,
which is what a TV network is.
Well, no, but it's not. It's not broadcast anywhere. It's like having a YouTube channel.
I think
you have to seek it out.
Yeah,
you're not just going to be channel surfing and see the Daily Wire.
Like I think
is that where it's heading? I hope so. I would like a Daily Wire channel.
Like,
but nobody will pick that up.
I think I think Roku. I think you can get it on Roku, can't you? Maybe
you can. but you can't just be flipping through like cable TV.
Oh,
Is what I'm saying.
well, no.
No, you can't because they
But-
don't have a channel.
Who was the other conservative guy that was really big there for a while? He started out doing like podcasts, blonde hair guy. Man, what is his name? Y'all help me out. The blonde hair guy kind of had that deep, really good radio voice.
Go, you know the thing.
He was really conservative.
That's really narrowing it down a lot.
I mean, he's very, very popular. Man,
You're not talking about that idiot.
Blaze, the Blaze TV, yeah, Blaze TV. But I forgot what the guy's name was though. But yeah, Blaze actually, I think it was Pluto TV. One of them, you could actually flip through the channels, and it was actually a channel.
Well, yeah, because Pluto TV is not like Comcast or Xfinity.
But I'm saying, I think the Daily Wire is going that direction.
I think they're headed that way, yeah, for sure. They're not there yet. Now, I don't know if you've watched it, but have you watched Run, Fight, Hide yet?
Negative.
Or Run, Hide, Fight, whatever it was. It's really good. It's the Daily Wire's first feature film.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
You're absolutely right, Probst. I really want to... What is next weekend? It's not the 4th of July weekend, is it? No, that's the
no.
weekend after.
Yes.
I would really like to have a Discord channel set up, and I would like...
But we have to record on 4th of July weekend because it's
No.
Freedom Weekend.
I can't. My daughter's going to be here.
Oh, well, dang.
Sorry, she's not here for Father's Day. She's coming 4th of July.
Fair enough.
And it's my mom's birthday.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. I would like to set up a Discord server. I will do that tomorrow or Monday, sometime this week,
Okay.
that we will log into. And Matt, both Matts, if you have Discord, let me know. Trying to figure out a way to get Matt.
Matt Probst.
Yeah.
Matt, you can PM me on Facebook, and I'll give you the link. Once Justin gives it to me, I'll give you the link to
Yeah, that'll work.
Discord.
So basically what I would like to do is have these guys call in next week.
And be able to just talk to us straight.
And we can just have a conversation next week. No topics, just an open conversation with Matt and Matt.
Yeah, 'cause
And,
they're our listeners, man. They're like our regulars.
yeah. I mean, and I think it would be good for us to just have some.
That'd be pretty cool if
Some
we can figure
variants.
that out.
No, it should be really simple.
Worst case scenario, we can hear them through a headphone or something, and
Well, we'll be able to hear. It'll just run through the voice meter.
okay, yeah. Now we won't be able to see them though; they'll just be their voices, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
We probably would not want to stream video because that's going to really cut down on our streaming ability.
Maybe.
It would cut down on the because we want maximum efficiency for our streaming right now.
We will figure it out.
right.
But I don't have anything else,
I got nothing else.
and we've been going over 2 hours now.
Like we said, we weren't going to.
Like I said, man, I'm good to go as long as it takes.
My butt's starting to hurt in this hard chair.
Yeah, mine's not. I got a good cushiony chair.
Well, that's all I got, man.
So I will get the Discord set up this week.
Okay.
I will get you the link. Matt Skelly, I will get you the link. And Probst, Joe will get you the link.
Yep.
Or you can add me on Facebook. That's fine. I've commented in here if you just look me up on Facebook.
Hopefully, you'll be back by then.
Well, I mean, he can add me and I can accept and all that stuff.
Can you still send messages like through the messenger? Of course, yeah, you've been sending them to me, duh.
This is what I deal with, folks.
Shut up. Let's send them out.
As always, fellas, it's been great. Tally ho.
Tally ho.